in. Let's go. That volleyball.
For an accident.
Why are you giving a shout out to yourself?
On the 29th of June, 2025, a group of teenagers ventured into the Miriam River in Brazil for a quick morning swim. But after several minutes in the
can somebody take her shout out, bro? Yo, why am I yelling, bro? I'm talking too loud. I gotta be quiet. We're being quiet. Rest of the stream, we're being quiet. Being quiet. No more yelling, guys. This is a quiet, peaceful stream. Peaceful, serious stream. Lock in.
On the 29th of June, 2025, a group of teenagers ventured into the Miriam River in Bacabal, Brazil for a quick morning swim. But after several minutes in the water, the group started to realize that one of its members, 13-year-old Raisa, was no longer beside them. And after calling out her name and searching the surrounding area,
what would you say when you licking them shots?
Raisa had disappeared. It was now likely somewhere in that murky water around them. The news sent shockwaves throughout the community, and straight away locals filled the area to help find this girl. But their attempts were all futile. And with each passing moment, it grew more and more likely that Raisa had tragically drowned, with the search efforts shifting to recovery efforts.
Y'all ever drowned before?
The next morning.
I have.
The tragedy led to various news stations arriving on the scene.
That shit dead not funny, but that shit dead scary as fuck. Drowning is like the top 10 scariest things ever. Yes, twice low. Oh my gosh, bro. No, because to drown is to die. No, it's not. You can drown without dying. What? You don't have to die to drown, bro. You drown twice. I drowned one time when I was elementary school boy. Everybody was jumping deep and they said it's cool. You can doggy paddle. It's cool. Dom, come on. You can doggy. Before they call me Dom, but Dom, you can come on doggy paddle. I said, you know what? Let me get in. Fucking missed it. But damn, I dove in that bitch. I'm looking up, drowning to the bottom of the water. I see the lifeguard. Jump in that bit.
To help document the search. And for one reporter, Lenildo Frazão,
can you check Instagram real quick? I don't have Instagram.
Couldn't help but view Raisa's story as a cautionary tale. The Miriam River is particularly unassuming from the surface, which is exactly what made it so dangerous, since it carried with it an unexpectedly strong current and a bottom that was littered with sudden drop-offs, as even in shallow sections, one step could plunge you into deep water without warning. As a result, tragedies like this had sadly happened here before, and for Lenildo, this was the perfect time to highlight the river's dangers. Propaganda. In the hope of preventing one from ever happening again. And he had a unique idea to help
propaganda
achieve this.
book.
Rather than just explaining how dangerous the river was, Lenildo wanted to demonstrate it. And so he began to take off his shoes and his pants.
So when I look it up and I get this information and you say yours isn't AI propaganda, I guess.
Before entering the water with his microphone in his hand.
Pois justamente aqui, pessoal, nós vamos entrar agora na água aqui para mostrar para vocês o local. Olha, a gente já vê que aqui a água é muito forte. E vai descendo. Vixe Maria, vai descendo aqui, viu?
How deep did that bit go?
The camera rolled as he waded into the river, at first going just to the depths of his knees, before the riverbed began to drop beneath him, sending the water all the way up to his chest.
Okay.
Então, pessoal, e aí tem a correnteza.
Nigga, come out! Come out the water!
A água já tá praticamente.
Okay,
when all of this happened, he spoke to the viewers at home about how unsafe this area could be.
I seen this today. You seen this whole video today?
Especially for unattended children who weren't
Get out the water, bro. Get the water.
But even with most of his body now submerged, he wanted to take it even further in order to prove his point. And so he continued wading towards the center of the river, right in the direction of the noticeably fast-moving current.
Is he fucking
until
serious?
Suddenly,
what the fuck?
Olha, dei pouquinho aqui, ó. A água já tá acima do meu peito, para você ver a situação. Se eu andar pouquinho aqui, deixa eu ver aqui.
What is he doing?
Ó a fundura aqui, ó. Ui.
What? On the body? Did he step on the body?
Lenildo physically recoiled and let out a loud yell. He stood there for a moment, anxiously glaring into the water, before telling his crew, "I think there's something down here underwater." Whatever he had touched in those murky depths didn't seem natural, with Lenildo describing it as being soft.
bro.
And quickly, he made his way back to the shore, where he further explained why he was so shaken by the ordeal, admitting that what he stepped on felt like an arm. This is the exact moment that many believe Raisa was found, as just moments later, several locals would retrace Lenildo's steps and discover the 13-year-old's body in the same exact location. Raisa had died from an accidental drowning, as she wasn't a strong swimmer, and had likely fallen into the deep water where she was held down by the current.
Holy
the exact
moly.
conditions that Lenildo had been warning the viewers about when he unknowingly stepped on her corpse, with the entire ordeal culminating into what can only be described
Y'all know how to swim?
as one of the darkest moments in television history.
How far and what lengths have you gone to find these?
Oh yeah, the video is called Darkest Moment in Television History, December 7, by the way. I'll cut that. What? What do you mean I'll cut that foot off? Or when he stepped on her with? I guess you swim professionally? Yo, bro, niggas say anything, bro. I fucking guess. Yo, bro, like, it's cool, bro. Niggas be lying about whatever in Twitch chat.
Just like you and me. But together they are a source of
promise.
endless fascination. And
Bro,
we'll conduct
you swimming for sport is not you swimming professionally. What do you mean like, you know professionally means? like that's what me saying I play basketball professionally because I played for my high school. That's not professionally. You didn't swim professionally. You're what, 19 years old? How you like what?
rigorous scientific experiment into twin telepathy.
Take care out on the street.
I saw with Michael Phelps. Oh yeah, you saw Michael Phelps with spelled F-E-L-P-S. Yep, that guy. Oh shit.
It was a peculiar sight. As traffic flowed through one of the UK's busiest roadways, the M6, CCTV cameras captured two women walking down the narrow median, with a vehicle speeding past them on either side.
Okay, simple, light, every
These
day.
women were Sabina and Ursula Eriksson, 40-year-old identical twin sisters who grew up in Sweden, with Ursula eventually moving to the US and Sabina to Ireland. Just one day before this footage was taken,
Yo,
on
can
May
you
16th,
not disrespect the people in the video before you see what happened? She could literally die tragically to a car hitting her right now. You saying ill on some weird shit. But by the way, did foreigners, like since you're a foreigner, you don't live in America, whoever doesn't live in America here, did y'all hear about what happened in America yesterday? I'm just wondering, like, y'all hear about what happened? Since y'all foreigners.
2008, Ursula had made the long flight to visit Sabina at her home in Dublin.
So
but things got off to a troubling start when Sabina got into a verbal altercation with her husband.
I was wondering if it was like an American thing. I saw the whole video and everything. Yeah. I thought I was, bro.
Father of her two kids, prompting both sisters to leave the house in the middle of the night without telling anyone.
Yeah, bro.
The next morning, the sisters emerged in the city of Liverpool, where they visited a police station and reported that Sabina's kids were in danger and were unsafe in her husband's care. Law enforcement briefly looked into the matter, but ultimately they didn't seem all too concerned with the children's well-being, and rather they seemed more troubled by the women themselves. Their behavior was just somewhat off, so much so that shortly after leaving the station, they were kicked off a public bus for exhibiting erratic behavior, which some passengers found threatening. And after the altercation, this erratic behavior continued. As for unknown reasons, the pair began walking towards the M6, and then eventually right onto it, where we see them now. It defied any sort of logic, and put them in an extremely dangerous position, a position where one wrong move could lead to a horrific accident. And sure enough, that's exactly what would happen.
This median looks pretty safe.
Though it was
Did they step off the median?
Without warning, both women turned and then ran directly into the road.
What?
And for Sabina, directly into a car traveling in the fast lane. Immediately, local police were inundated with urgent calls about the ordeal, leading to a group of officers being dispatched to the scene. And coincidentally, the same group just so happened to have a camera crew following them as part of the show Motorway Cops.
Bro, what?
The show follows traffic officers as they handle their many daily encounters, ranging from mundane traffic infractions all the way to devastating tragedies. And this segment seemed destined for the latter.
Lane 3 is obviously the fastest lane in the motorway. Anyone being hit, you're expecting serious injury, if not life-threatening.
Despite the officers fearing the worst, however, when they arrived on the scene, they were met with a surprising sight. Standing there before them was Ursula and Sabina, who despite being struck by a car at high speeds, appeared completely unharmed. In fact, both sisters were entirely calm, as they were shown casually speaking amongst themselves as if nothing ever happened.
Speaking of witches.
It was a miracle.
We've seen weapons.
And as the officers began trying to piece together the cause of this whole ordeal, everyone at the scene began to breathe a collective sigh of relief.
You said witches?
There was no way that any of them could have known that their roles had just been cast in one of the most disturbing television scenes of all time.
What? Was their face fucked up?
What we've got is they were in the central res. They were trying to cross the Bravo. So as we approached, they hadn't seen
it's called Weapons. You never heard of Weapons, the movie Weapons? Your server got no updates, but never seen it, bro? Yeah, your server weak as hell.
The red one's got knocked down by the red car over there. I've got an ambulance en route for her. She seems all right, but I'm not a doctor. She has been knocked down.
Is she the one that speaks English or the other one?
Yes.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Without a single word being spoken, Ursula dashed into the middle of oncoming traffic and directly into the path of a massive truck traveling at over 60 miles per hour. It happened in a literal instant. There was hardly any chance to react, and before anyone could even begin to process what they had just witnessed, Sabina would also run into the road, not after her sister, but rather straight into the path of an oncoming Volkswagen.
The other one, she's gonna run it.
Oh no! Mike Alpha, we need ambulance. Senior officers to the scene. We've got 2 possible fatals.
2 suicidal twin sisters?
Within just seconds, this completely calm scene had turned to utter chaos, and both women were now lying on the pavement. Miraculously, they both were still alive. Sabina was stable but knocked unconscious, while Ursula was in rough shape. Her legs had been pulverized by the truck, with paramedics describing them as looking as if they had exploded. And while she lay there on the pavement, she was wide awake and experiencing everything.
What is she doing?
Within seconds of receiving medical attention, Ursula began to cry out. But strangely, it wasn't in pain. Rather, she was yelling at the paramedics, cursing, and even attacking them for trying to help her. I recognize you.
When that day coming and God told me what happened in this, why you post this about Charlie Kirk?
We are the
That's gonna be a nasty day for a lot of niggas, bro. Oh
it was clear that she was suffering from some sort of delusion. But while officers stood up and began to scream to her sister,
yeah, Brody, I've seen your name before. Who was Brody Most Wanted? Like,
they're going to steal.
I know this nigga name. You're either a Twitch thot or you're a streamer, either or. I've seen his name before, bro. You're either a Twitch whore or you're a streamer, bro. You see the whore, bro. It's okay to be a Twitch whore, though. That's cool. Like,
but Sabina
shout out all the
resisted.
Twitch thoughts, all the Twitch whores. What is she doing? Damn! Oh my!
Eventually shoving.
Bro, bro, these sisters. This is the worst way to go out. They're so retarded, bro. At this point, bro, it's like, bro, like, it's like a dog. You ever have a dog that like run into traffic and like do stupid shit? It's like a dog, bro. It's like, bro, dude, like, holy shit.
No! Stay!
Oh. Stop. Yes, that's the word.
Stay there.
She wants to get hit, but they want to. This is their suicide plot, but this suicide plot is terrible. All they got was a good episode on whatever show this was.
Thankfully, this time the cars managed to avoid her, but it would take 6 officers to
finally
restrain
700 followers
her.
tonight. We
Even
finna
with that
700
many
followers. Let's
people,
go.
it was
Let's
still
go.
a struggle, as her strength was unlike anything that they had seen in a woman her size.
The
And
orange
with Sabina
paramedic, I
now
think.
subdued, the chaos was
Hey,
finally.
do your cops look like this? Your cops don't come with shoulder pads. Yo, so wait, I just wanted there's cops. They pulling up with just jackets on. They just living. Like, am I? Yo, cops have bulletproof vests, shoulder pads. They're like Power Rangers. Our cops like yours. Why would your cops have bulletproof vests? What's good, dog?
5 hours, where she was promptly arrested and sentenced to 1 day in prison for assaulting an officer, as well as trespassing on the motorway. And with both women
Yo, Don be up early as fuck like he don't got school in the morning, bro. You're 12.
now safe, one question burned at the forefront of everyone's mind.
So they wear bulletproof vests for the little pocket knives they be having needles. Okay, cool, I guess. I fucking guess. But that shit off, nigga. They don't, little ass knives, nigga. Just fight, nigga. We got Australian government. Nigga, we got real bullets in this bitch. You see what happened yesterday, nigga? Them niggas need bulletproof vests, nigga.
Why had the Erickson twins done this? Well, the immediate theory was that this
motherfuckers have matches and guns. I guess they have guns in Australia, but them little ass pellet guns, nigga, that's not, boy. Bruh. America a whole different beast. Talking about guns, nigga. Muskets? Is that word?
was all the result of drugging.
Is that what that word is? Is it a musket? I don't want to read that. Oh, machete! Machete, bro. It's 3 in the morning, bro. It's 3 in the morning, bro. Like, you know, I gotta, you know, for me?
But surprisingly, when given toxicology tests, no drugs were.
I thought I only had hunting rifles. Y'all hunt each other with hunter, like from Fortnite? The sniper, hunter rifle sniper from Fortnite? What? Y'all got hunter rifles? Y'all got these? IRL? People find a way to get guns anywhere. So does your neighbors have guns? Imagine being his daughters watching this shit live on TV. Bro, imagine, bro, twin sisters, both with the perfect plan to like kill themselves on, like, it wasn't on TV, but just kill themselves by a moving car. The worst way to kill yourself. Like, not saying it's a good way to kill yourself, but like, gang, you could have chose any way to go out. You chose getting hit by a car, bro.
Deal.
Cool, bet.
Which left only one plausible theory,
it.
that this was all the result of some sort of mental breakdown, with both women somehow experiencing its effects at the same time.
My friend's neighbor got shot with 12. Let me read this. Let me read this shit slowly. Oh my gosh. My friend's neighbor got shot like 12 times and died like last month. So they out there shooting that bitch in Australia. No fucking way. No, hell nah.
Of a psychological disorder.
And especially stabbing, bro. I'm not scared, bro. That stabbing shit get wicked, but like, bro, that stabbing shit gay. If you stab, think about it, y'all. If you stab a nigga, you low-key gay. You know how intimate it is to stab a nigga? You know how gay it is to stab a nigga in his shit, bro? You just poking him in his shit. Not intimate it is.
Known as fully
it's like kissing
in which one person suffering from delusions transmits said delusions onto a different person, leading to both people experiencing the same misconstrued version of reality. And while this is only a theory, it's clear that regardless of the how or why, these women were extremely mentally unwell.
Like what, bruh? Nigga, what? What do you mean 2 little kids got stabbed with a machete? That dirty ass country, bro. That country dirty as hell, bro. The whole country population, the same population as fucking New Jersey, bro. That shit,
during
bro.
This event. In
That's
fact,
why y'all
during the
got
TV program, an officer even mentioned that this could be a 136.
8 and 10. Yeah, but you stay safe, gang. You worry about the machete, that nigga with a machete around the corner. I worry about the nigga with a pistol 100 miles away. Pow, 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 pow. Pop my head. This shit get real, bro. Like, this shit dead ass.
Enforcement to hold people on account of their mental health, to assure that they're safe to return to the public. But shockingly, not only did this never happen, but Sabina was released without ever being given a mental health assessment.
Bro, what?
In fact, she was never so much as looked over by a mental health professional, and was instead released the very next day after the incident. On top of this, when she was released, she was given no information about Ursula's whereabouts or her condition, or even resources to help find her way home, leaving Sabina still mentally unwell and now stranded in an unfamiliar city, not knowing what happened to her sister. And sadly, her delusions were far from over.
Bro, she's a regular looking white woman. She looked kind of Australian.
As she left the police station on the 19th of May, Sabina had nowhere to go, and so she began to wander, carrying her belongings in the same evidence bag that the police had given her earlier that day. Eventually, she would happen across 2 men walking their dogs, and as she stopped to pet them, Sabina asked the owners where the nearest hotel was. But seemingly recognizing that the woman wasn't well, one of the men, Glenn Hollinshed, offered to have her stay at his place.
What?
To which Sabina had.
No, he wanna see, bro. No, he not even on the. He not even on the. Oh, you don't look well. Except for my place. No, you know what he was freaked out now for sure.
Happily obliged. But once inside Hollinshed's home, Sabina began acting extremely paranoid, checking the windows constantly and believing that her cigarettes had been poisoned. Despite this, though,
affiliate? Yo, shout out you, gang. We don't give a fuck though. No.
Shed was patient, and he helped her make calls around the area to track down Ursula.
You put that part? Wait, try closer with the hit from level 14, bro. Please tell me it's close, bro. Please tell me it's close, bro. Please tell me it's close, bro. Please.
That Sabina was eating and drinking. The following day, Hollinshed was preparing dinner for Sabina when he stepped out of the house to ask his neighbor for tea. But just minutes after returning home with the bags, he would
who was number 700? Wait, so if MJ was number 969, if MJ was number 696, and Govstress was number 697, Austin was 698, Peter was 699, that means Play With My Clit was follow number 700. Play With My Clit will have VIP in my chat forever.
Step out of the house.
It was usually the follower VIPs only come back anyway, so I mean shit.
This time, he was completely covered in blood and screamed, "She stabbed me." As he collapsed to the ground, the neighbor rushed over to try and help, but the damage was already done. What is going on? Hollinshed would let out one final soft whisper, saying,
"She wants you to, bro. Look after what are you saying, bro? Ellie, you are a sexual harasser."
His final breath. For unknown reasons, in that house, Sabina had stabbed Glenn Hollinshed, and by the time law enforcement arrived, she was long gone, having fled the house with a hammer in her hand, which she used to strike her head repeatedly as she mumbled incoherently and walked down the sidewalk. Eventually, a man passing by tried to intervene, but Sabina immediately attacked, brandishing a roof tile that she had hidden in her pocket, nearly knocking him unconscious. It would take several minutes for police to finally catch up with her, but just like the day prior, she took off, leading to a chase that ended with Sabina being surrounded on a 40-foot tall bridge that passed over a highway. And recognizing that there was nowhere left, somehow, Sabina would cheat death once again, and despite suffering 2 broken ankles and a skull fracture,
she killed that nigga, committed suicide.
And after a lengthy recovery, she was put on trial for the murder of Glenn Hollinshed, where she would never give a single comment as to why she did what she did, leaving her motive a total mystery to this day. Though it seems clear that it was at least partially a result of her delusions, with the defense pointing to folie à deux as a potential explanation. And in the end, it was deemed that Sabina was not mentally fit to make decisions at the time of the slaying. And ultimately, she was given a prison sentence of just 5 years.
What? What is going on? This story is ridiculous. So she went, okay, it starts off. Twin sister, they run into the road, get hit by semis. She doesn't die. She gets out of prison the next day. Or not prison, she gets out of the hospital the next day. Goes to live with a man.
Which way does it curve, Poppy?
She gets living with the guy, right? She's living with the guy. And then she stabs and kills him, jumps off a bridge to kill herself. Yo, bro, I hear you, bro. I hear you, bro. Like, what is wrong with you? I'm about to bang. Like, what do you want, nigga? What, nigga? What? You the second gay nigga to jump my stream today. What do you want, bro? Why so many gay niggas up at 4 in the morning? Y'all go to sleep. Y'all sleep. Y'all bats. Y'all robots. So gay niggas don't sleep.
This is truly
June,
one of the
June. We're not gonna say that again. No more gay. We're not gonna say gay. We say June.
Most disturbing TV cases of all time. And for as shocking as it is on its own, what I find
so
most
creepy.
chilling is the fact that these officers mentioned holding her nor Ursula has ever been heard from again, meaning we have no idea whatever happened to the Erickson twins.
Just breathe, bro.
They just simply
that's what I'm saying. What do you mean she got thick?
At the same times, they're thinking in the same way.
Bro, decapitate penis. Bro, I'm about to smack the shit out at you. What are you talking about? Ellie, bro, oh my, is everyone just like, I'm never streaming at this time ever again. I will never, bro. The only time you'll be streaming this time ever again is on Monday when I do my 24-hour. Bro, niggas just get to saying whatever in this bitch, man. What happens if I sip the matcha too quickly? What are you talking about, bro? I've never seen Ellie talk. What brain rot is that? You don't even watch TikTok. Niggas loopy, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Is this June hour or something?
That's what I'm saying. It's the June hour. It's June sub. It's June, like, bruh. Oh my gosh. I have erectile dysfunction? Bro, I didn't fucking ask you.
For 2021, a couple receives a warm welcome as they walk onto the stage, ready to compete in the Croatian television show,
I'm watching the video.
The country's version of America's Got Talent. But it's clear this excitement from the crowd wasn't shared by the show's host,
so fake,
who turned to someone standing behind the camera and flashed the unmistakable look of concern. In the minutes prior, the audience at home was introduced to the pair, 34-year-old singer Roman Bernata and his wife, 44-year-old violinist Bianca Kolompar, along with their child, who would be watching on as the two shared their musical talents with the world. In their day-to-day lives, Roman was a professional goalkeeper for a local soccer team, while Bianca was a professional violinist with a doctorate in music. And while on paper, this all seems fairly normal.
Headspace, my brother, you seem like you did a cup of matcha to unwind. Bro.
It was immediately clear to those watching that this couple was anything but. The two frequently went on long-winded and bizarre rants, with Bianca opening up about her breast enlargement surgery.
Y'all blow me, bro. I'm done.
And the two discussing at length their belief in a living God who walked the earth.
Tish my live stream. Y'all blowing me, but y'all saying whatever, bro. I'm watching this video now. I'm dead serious. I can Tish my live stream, brother.
But it was their performance itself that proved to be the strangest part of their time on the show.
What the fuck do you mean you finna run my mouth, bro? Stop talking to me, though. Deadass. I'm reading.
Roman's introduction was fairly uncomfortable, as he made mention of a time that he had met one of the judges years before, who clearly had no recollection of the encounter, which seemed to frustrate him, as his demeanor quickly became hostile.
It's my cousin. My cousin, you gotta know Laura. It's Laura, my cousin. That's what that scared me is my cousin. Chill, what you mean scared him? What you mean? He's handsome. You look at baddie?
Leading to Roman receiving his first X before he even sang a single note. It was a rough start for the couple, and by the time they did get to perform,
please keep this cam on like the other one. Oh, fucking K.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain.
gonna pull out a gun and kill everybody on stage. He's gonna kill everyone.
Admittedly, the couple didn't sound awful, but it was clear the judges were frustrated by Roman's demeanor, prompting all four of them to hit their X, signaling the end of the couple's performance.
Yeah, fuck out her.
Or
Fuck
at
out her.
least they
Fuck
thought.
everybody.
As the two just kept on performing, playing over the sounds of the judges shouting their name and a deafening silence from the crowd.
Why is the camera right there talking about? But you were
With the two going until a producer finally had to step in from behind the camera and officially cut them off. But even then, the couple continued their antics, this time by protesting the judge's decision, with Bianca even threatening to go to the newspaper and expose their behavior to the press.
What the fuck?
All while Roman stood angrily to the side, glaring at them. And with that, Roman and Bianca's time on Super Talent was over, and they not only walked away without receiving a grand prize, but they also left with shattered reputations, as this segment became notorious among fans of Super Talent, with the couple being considered one of the most unusual acts to ever feature on the show. But
bro, her tits are pissing me off,
this
bro. I can't take
performance
this
isn't what Roman
seriously.
is most widely remembered for today.
Oh! His meat
On February
out!
6, 2022, residents in Rijeka, Croatia were met with the sight of a fully nude man wandering the city streets. It was Roman Bernardo. While most stared on in amusement, laughing to themselves and snapping photos. What they were witnessing was actually one of the most disturbing events the city had ever seen.
That's what I'm saying, his meat 4 pixels and shit.
After his disastrous performance just 1 year prior, Roman continued to pursue a career in singing, taking every opportunity he could to share his music with the world, often joining Bianca on her YouTube channel, and singing on the streets for tips, where he actually made a decent amount of money. Though because of his notorious television moment, he would often be harassed and even have the money he earned stolen from him. One day, while performing outside of a local soup kitchen, he was introduced to a woman named Danica Krevich, a 67-year-old who relied on the soup kitchen for consistent meals.
You just like
and
him
after hearing Roman sing, she became a legitimate fan of his music, leading to the two striking up a friendship. And despite Danica not having much, she offered to take Roman to a local coffee shop on February 6, 2022, at the same time, y'all. Where she treated him to a warm cup of tea on a cold winter day. And so the two sat inside a restaurant called the Cafe Pin, with everything seeming completely normal. Until a server noticed that Roman started to look almost sickly, like he could barely keep himself upright, as his body was starting to slump over the table, his eyes barely open. The server rushed over to help, but Roman recoiled.
You're not touching my matcha decapitated penis?
Just try calling the police on me. And so, not wanting to escalate things, the server left, only returning later to drop off their check. Which is when Roman's behavior took an even more drastic turn.
He saw that price.
He began feeling around his pants pocket for his wallet, before looking desperately around the table. But there was no sign of it. And so he grabbed Darnika's bag and rifled through it, before yelling, "You snake, you whore, where's my wallet?"
What?
But when he still couldn't find it in Darnika's bag, his anger
What does he get butt naked? I'm running
as he stood up and rushed Darnika, grabbing her by the head and shaking her, screaming in her face, accusing her of being a thief.
Okay.
This time, multiple people inside the cafe rushed over to hold him back, but Roman was too strong, too
Wait, you want to see a man get butt ass? No, I just want to see how this, bro. No, I just want to see how this escalates, bro. I want to see where the part of his clothes come off. Why is he walking in the street butt booty ass naked? You know, I'm wondering. It's not me wanting to see him butt naked. I just wondering.
Way, completely unfazed by their attempts. In that moment, no one could have stopped Roman. Darnika was entirely helpless, and so the crowd inside the cafe watched as Roman grabbed her by the neck and dragged her behind the bar, and then proceeded to kick, then stomp, and then jump directly on her, over and over.
Nigga, did he swanton bomb her shit? Nigga, what is he doing? Are you serious? Look, nigga seen this video and was like, bro, and it was like, no way, did nothing. Why nobody help her? Why nobody help her? Bro, you humans are fucking sick, my nigga. You niggas are all pussies and losers. The average human is not helping a woman getting beat up by a man. Y'all just not doing it. Y'all just not doing it, bro. That one bus video when that girl died, y'all niggas are all pussies. So like, why we acting like humans have empathy? Y'all niggas are all pussies, bro.
Over again, each time landing on her head. It was a rage so demented that he actually began to smile, a wide manic grin, as he jumped and chanted, "Whore, witch, die."
The fuck is gay macho?
After what felt like an eternity, Roman stopped, before sprinting out of the restaurant,
Where did he
leaving
get
Darnika
naked?
entirely unrecognizable and dead on the floor.
He killed her.
The same floor
and
where
no one
just
did
feet
nothing.
away, Roman's wallet lay, having innocently fallen out of his pocket shortly before.
Oh my fucking gosh.
Outside, Roman removed his blood-soaked clothes and walked completely.
Bro, what? So the nigga thought he lost his wallet, whooped her ass, killed her in front of everyone. He said, fuck that, I'm too bloody, I gotta get away. Took his clothes off, butt booty naked. Walking down the road like nothing. He not even running, he walking, gang. This is a regular walk. This is a regular white nigga walk. I can tell a white nigga walk when I see one. This is a white nigga walk.
Completely naked into the city center, much to the amusement of the passerbys who had no idea what he had just done, until eventually he made his way into a nearby police station and blankly stated, "I am not well."
He turned himself in butt naked. That's
this
embarrassing.
sentiment was true in so many regards. Roman hadn't been well
That's
for
4
quite a long
pixels
time.
wide, 4
Since a
pixels
young
long.
age, it's believed he had dealt with undiagnosed schizophrenia that had led to uncontrollable anger issues before developing an alcohol and substance abuse problem that only exacerbated
I feel like at least one of y'all, what's like the ratio of niggas that's schizophrenic? At least one of y'all in the chat
so delusional that he believed he was a disciple sent from God to touch the world with his music, something that he eventually convinced Bianca of as well. So in their Super Talent episode, when Bianca mentioned their love for a living God that walked the earth, she was likely referencing Roman.
Ali ja osjetim, stvarno imam taj kontakt sa živim Bogom I mislim da je Bog svugdje oko nas, da je Bog osoba, energija, znači sve, istovremeno, da.
Roman was severely unwell, and no one in his life was keeping him in check. In fact, those closest with him were only feeding his delusions, with all of his issues coming to a head on the day of the incident. And when he realized his wallet was gone, Roman rushed to assume that Darnika was the one who robbed him, perhaps as a result of having his money stolen frequently on the streets. But the sad reality was, in a sea of people trying to exploit and mock Roman, Darnika was one of the few who actually truly cared about him and legitimately believed in his talents. And yet, he killed her in one of the most evil ways imaginable, all over a simple misunderstanding that was entirely his fault. In the end, Roman Bernardo was deemed unfit to stand trial and was never sentenced to serve any jail time, instead being given a 40-year sentence in a mental health facility, where he's since been described as a model patient, with his good behavior awarding him the opportunity to...
Let's just finish the video. I'm finishing the video and I get off.
It was the start of yet another adventure for the crew of the television show Gardener's World. This British program has been on the air since the 1960s and provides viewers with tips on how to maintain their garden while showing off a variety of unique plant life, which often brought them to remote areas of the globe. This particular episode was filmed on February 5th, 2020 in the Drakensberg mountain range of Lesotho, Africa, with the host, Nick Bailey, making the long journey to track down one specific flower.
One species which grows wild all over the country and has been a real favorite.
I'm scared. Yo, Ellie, hold PMC.
This delicate flower would have been familiar with many of the show's viewers, as it was quite popular in the UK. But in this region, there existed a unique species that had only been seen a handful of times in the last century, since it only grew in one particular valley in this one particular mountain range. Its scientific name is the Gladiolus microcarpus, and there were two people who knew it better than anyone else.
Okay.
Rod and Rachel Saunders were well-renowned botanists who studied the world of South African flowers in depth, with their favorite being the gladioli, as they would spend days and even months on end roaming areas just like this to learn everything they could about them, making them the perfect duo to help with the show.
Yo, bro,
gladioli, there's so many different plants.
What is going on? Bro, my internet's crashing. You niggas are, bro. I got femboy furries, bro.
Species in South Africa you could have picked.
Can I finish this video, bro? Like, how many...
Some of them are.
There's nothing much left, bro. I gotta finish this video.
Beautiful. You actually just want to sit down and cry.
Bro, what is wrong, bro?
But even with their vast knowledge of this region, there was always an element of danger when traversing it.
What the fuck?
Its climate is often volatile, and conditions are known to turn on a dime, making safely navigating this area extremely difficult to downright impossible. This was apparent even on the day of filming, as a dense fog had rolled in, and given the steep and rocky landscape, one wrong step could spell disaster. This didn't stop the crew from carrying onward though, as Rod and Rachel were relentless in their pursuit. They would do anything to find these flowers, and sure enough, the segment ended as they did exactly that.
We've come about 4
bro,
times.
Bro, what are you saying?
And this is the best I've ever seen it. It is looking absolutely gorgeous.
With that, Rod and Rachel's time on Gardener's World was over, but their journey through this area certainly wasn't. As the cameras cut, the crew made their way back to their makeshift base camp miles away, where they said their goodbyes, with Nick Bailey capturing a photo with a beloved couple and sharing it onto Twitter before parting ways, leaving the couple behind. As rather than returning to their home in Cape Town, this was actually just the start of what would be a multi-month expedition into this region, with the Ngoi Forest Reserve being their final destination. Along with being botanists, the couple were also avid seed collectors, and had started a business which shipped the seeds they had found to other plant lovers around the world. And while here, they made it their mission to find some of these ultra-rare gladioli seeds. And sure enough, on February 8th, 2020, Rod and Rachel sent a text to one of their employees at the seed mailing business, which contained a photo of the exact flower they were looking
February
for.
2020,
But despite this text seeming like a sign of more good things to come, the reality was far more bleak, as this text would ultimately be the last the couple would ever send.
24 more dunks? See, I got on right now.
Out of nowhere, communication with Rod and Rachel had stopped entirely, and for days no one heard anything from the duo, prompting that same employee they had sent the image to report them as missing on the 10th of February.
I'm not talking to you, bro. It
was a devastating turn of events, but one that was always a possibility. Poor weather, a wrong turn, an injury, anything could have derailed their expedition, as again, this area was notoriously dangerous, with it seeming all but certain that they had fallen victim to the unpredictable fury of Mother Nature. Though this belief would quickly shift, thanks to the discovery of the couple's car.
Looking for flowers?
It was found by authorities abandoned by the edge of the Tukula River and had been emptied of virtually everything inside. However, there was something left behind. As in the trunk, authorities would find a massive pool of blood that belonged to Rachel. Just days after filming, Rod and Rachel were making their way towards the Ngoi Forest Reserve, growing more and more excited by the discoveries they were making, oblivious to the fact that in the woods around them, they were being watched, hunted even, and not by an animal, but rather
not the little one,
by a man. His name was Saifuddin Aslam Delvicio, a local of the area that the couple was traversing. And on February 9th, he allegedly sent a text to his wife, Bibi Patel, telling her that he had found a good target, and that he was now in pursuit, with said target being Rod and Rachel. Later that night, the couple made their camp and began to drift off in their tent, while Delvicio allegedly watched on, and once he was certain that they had fallen asleep, he made his move, approaching the tent, then tearing it open, and then standing above the couple.
What the fuck?
In the following moments, Rod and Rachel would be brutally bludgeoned to death before they could even react, as they lay helplessly, still inside their sleeping bags. Text messages indicate that Delvicio then enlisted the help of his wife Bibi, as well as his friend Musa Jackson, to help discard the bodies, using the couple's own car to transport them to the one place they were certain they would never be found: the Tukula River, as there was something about this stretch of water that they believed would make these bodies impossible to find: crocodiles. And so they pulled up to the banks of the river as the crocodiles quietly watched on from a distance and dumped the bodies of Rod and Rachel into the water, where they were immediately devoured.
Wow.
They thought it was the perfect plan. However, it thankfully failed to work as well as they had hoped, as in the following weeks, fishermen would happen upon both of the corpses, or at least what remained of them, as they were in such bad shape that it would take nearly 2 full months for them to be identified. As for why this attack happened, we still don't fully know,
who have the jobs
as the trial
of
is still ongoing,
dead
with
bodies,
Delvicio proclaiming his innocence, which is why everything is alleged at the moment. But the evidence is damning. Messages on Delvicio's phone paint a clear picture that he was responsible for this, with his motive appearing to be religious differences between him and the Saunders, as well as money. As after the slayings, large sums of money were withdrawn from the couple's bank accounts, along with lavish purchases being made on their credit cards, with one of the receipts from the shopping spree being found inside of Bibi's purse.
Wow.
The evidence is almost impossible to deny, but while we wait for justice to be served, it's important to refocus on those who won't be here to see it happen.
Bro, they still haven't got sentenced?
Rod and Rachel truly did nothing wrong. They were two incredibly wholesome people who were just trying to find and connect with the flower that they loved so dearly. And while their interview days before their death is an undeniably dark television moment, it also serves as an incredible tribute, as one of the last things they ever did in their lives was share their love and passion for gladioli with the world, the flower that they ultimately gave their lives to find.
Quite a trek to get here, and what an incredible treat to see such a special plant in such a niche environment. Thank you.
Pleasure.
It's a pleasure. It's nice to be here.
Damn, bro. Shout out all the old niggas on Earth. I don't know why I just shouted them out. I just felt like it. Damn, good video. You ain't got this nigga singing and shit, bro. Fuck all this nigga, bro. I'm not an old nigga, bro. Why you do that, bro?